Hey guys, time for an updated bronzer collection. The last time I did this video was when I first started YouTube last year. It was like a long time ago already, and my collection has changed a lot since then, so I wanted to do an updated one, but I wanted to do it differently compared to the first video. I wanted to make this more helpful for you guys instead of just racing through each product and just, being like, this is what I have. I wanted to make sure that I kind of categorized it like by whether it has shimmer or whether it's matte, whether it's like just a luminous glow, whether it has sparkle. I wanted all the categories so it would be more helpful in case anyone else is out there watching this. If you're in the market for a bronzer, hopefully this will be more helpful in kind of guiding you in the direction that you're looking to go. So if you're looking for a good bronzer that creates just a nice soft luminous glow and just looks like healthy skin, Nars makes a couple of great bronzers. So this is Nars Laguna, and it's a cool tone, natural looking bronzer, and this is Nars Casino, and this is a deeper tone. And if you're a medium skin tone, you can get away with both of these. If you're fair, I'd probably go with Nars Laguna. Next, I have another product, but I don't really feel like this fits into the luminous glow category, although I'm going to show you here and now because I swatched it out in the sunlight next to my Nars Laguna bronzing powder. So I wanted to show you what that looks like and how it looks in the sun with the swatches. So this really creates a very high sheen. It's got a lot of shimmer to it, so I usually just take a little on my fingers, warm it up, and just kind of pat it on my upper cheekbone area and kind of blend it down. So you do want to be careful and use a light hand since it does have so much shimmer to it though. The next two bronzers I have are by Chanel and Bare Minerals. This is Soleil Tan de Chanel, also known as Bronze Universal. And they refer to this as a bronzing makeup base, which I absolutely love this product because it melts into your skin. It's kind of like a cream to powder product. So I'll show you. It looks kind of whipped in there like it might be soft, but it's actually a very firm, hard product. So you can only get a little bit on your brush at a time, which is perfect because it only takes a little bit. I've had this for about 1.5 to 2 years, and I use it at least a few times a week, and I've only made a little dent in it so far. So this is absolutely one of my favorites. It is a little more expensive. I think it's around $50. But like I said, I've had it for so long, it's paid for itself, and I absolutely love how natural it looks on the skin. So that's definitely a good one. I highly recommend. Next, I have Bare Minerals Faux Tan. And I know that they have a matte one now too. I don't have that one to share with you. I wish I did, then I could compare. But this is their original one from their, let's see, all over face color collection, or line, I guess. So you can see there, the downside to this, I would say, is the packaging itself. And in the package, actually right now as I'm looking on camera, it looks a little more like, kind of like red dirt. It looks like it might be kind of orangey, but it's really not. It goes on very cool tone. So you'll see in the swatches, it's a really pretty bronzer. But you do need a light hand, and usually I will just tap a little into the lid and kind of swirl it around with my brush, tap it off, and then apply it. You wouldn't want to stick your brush directly into there because then you end up all splotchy. I'm a huge fan of matte bronzers, so I have two favorites here. First is Benefit Hoola, and I use this like crazy. I mean, I just use the heck out of this thing. I love this. It's the perfect cool tone, natural looking matte bronzer. And I think it's really great for most skin tones. I do find it's a little bit deeper than this one here. This is Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. So if you're wanting one, like if you tried Benefit Hoola and it turned out to be maybe a little too deep for you, go with the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. And now they also have the Milk Chocolate Soleil, which I don't have here to show you. I'm probably not going to purchase that one because it is lighter, and I find this one to be about as light as I want to go with my bronzer. But it is a gorgeous matte bronzer, very soft, easy to use. I mean, texture-wise, it's very hard-packed and you only get a little off at a time, which I do like because then you can never get too much on your brush at once, So it always blends out beautifully, and definitely I would recommend either of these. Now, if you don't want to spend as much as some of the Sephora prices are, you can always check out the drugstore and Ulta. So I think that these NYX matte bronzers are available at Ulta. I purchased this online at cherryculture.com. Now, the one thing that I will say about this, well, first of all, it's a beautiful color. It's very natural, and I really like this a lot. I would compare this to Benefit Hoola. The one problem is, I've already mentioned in a previous video, is the smell. It has a very kind of plasticky smell. I'm not sure why it hasn't gone away yet. I was hoping that it would. I've been leaving this out for a couple months on my vanity and it hasn't gone away yet. But someone did mention to set it next to a bowl of vinegar, so I might try that. So hopefully I can get that smell to go away because it's a gorgeous bronzer and I would recommend it. In fact, someone else did mention that they purchased this as well and it didn't have a smell. So it could be just maybe the batch that I got. I don't know. But that is a good one, and if you can check it out in Ulta in person and just double check that it doesn't have any smell to it, then you'd be good to go. The next bronzer I have is a really affordable one. This is NYC Sunny, and I did hear that this has been discontinued, although in my area all the stores still have it and they're still continuously restocking it, so I'm not sure if it has been discontinued or not. I'm not sure the story behind it. Maybe you guys can let me know. But anyways, this is a great matte bronzer, and I know that sometimes people have mentioned that it comes off a little orange on them and it oxidizes. I haven't experienced that at all. It always comes off very natural on me, and I really do enjoy wearing this a lot. Now, while I like to keep my contour matte, I do like a little bit of shimmer sometimes in my bronzers. So I have two favorites here. This is Tarte Park Avenue Princess. This is in deluxe sample packaging, so this isn't the full-size regular packaging. And this does have a bit of more of a golden undertone to it compared to the Too Faced, which is slightly warmer. But it's a really pretty bronzer with a gold kind of sheen to it. And then I have Too Faced Sun Bunny. And this is old packaging, by the way. They've updated their packaging. I've had this one for a long time. So you get two colors in here. You get a lighter bronze shade and then a deeper bronze shade. So it's nice because you can kind of mix it around or just use one side and kind of just customize it. Now for more affordable alternatives for bronzers with shimmer, I do have a few here. This is Sun and Bronze by NYC. This is actually one of my favorite drugstore bronzers. So this is in the color Fire Island Tan. And they make these in, I think there's like 3 or 4 different shades, but this one is my favorite. It's kind of like the medium tone one. So I like that you get all these different colors in here, so you can kind of blend it around on one side or the other, or get more of the dark if you like. So that one's a really great one to just kind of play around with. And I do like that a lot. It does have a bit of shimmer to it, but it's not over the top. None of these are really over the top that I'm showing you right now. If you want over the top, that'll be coming up here in a little bit. The next two I have are by Wet n Wild. These are their Color Icon bronzers. This is Bikini Contest, and Bikini Contest is a little bit warmer. So both of these actually are a deep bronze, but this has kind of a warmer undertone. And then I have Ticket to Brazil, which has more of a golden undertone. But you do need a light hand with these because you can even see there they are a little bit powdery, so you want to be careful for that and not be too rough in there, otherwise powder will fling out everywhere. I have 4 baked bronzers, and my experience with baked bronzers are they tend to be much more shimmery, and a lot of them do have glitter in there. So beware, these are high shimmer, high sheen products here. So this is Hard Candy in Heat Wave. And this has more of a golden tone to it. These are both warm tone bronzers, so if you are at all afraid of getting an orangey kind of bronzer or having it turn orange on you, you do need to have a light hand with these, or maybe just pass by these altogether. So this is Tropics, and this is Heat Wave. And so they are warm tone bronzers, so you just want to be aware of that. Next, I have 2 by Milani, and actually a main one here, and then this one is a little bit light, but I'll explain about that one in a minute here. So this is Soleil, and this is one of their baked bronzers, and I do like the packaging here because you got your little compact in there, you've got a little brush, although I haven't used the brush yet. But it is a gorgeous bronzer. It does have mica in it. In fact, all 4 of the baked bronzers I'm showing you do have mica, so they do have that sparkle to them. So if you don't want sparkle, you might want to pass on these, but it is a really pretty bronzer. Now if you're wondering how to use a bronzer that has so much shimmer and kind of glitter and sparkle in it, well, what I like to do is just take a really kind of, well, not a dense brush, just a really kind of lightweight brush, something like, maybe like my Essence of Beauty blush brush, something that has a little bit of movement to it, it's not too dense, or you could even take like a fan brush and just lightly dip it in there and just lightly dust it and kind of feather it onto your cheeks. Kind of over maybe other bronzer that you've already laid down, or if you just have your contour that's matte, you can just dust a little bit of this up under your cheekbones and it looks really pretty and just gives a nice sheen. So that's why I use these. I don't want to get too much on there, so I always have a light hand with those. Now this other one here is also by Milani, but this is their light baked bronzer. This is in Glow, or Glow is the color, but it's the lightest one that they make. And actually I got this thinking it would be a nice light bronzer, but actually it turns out that it's quite fair. So only if you have very fair skin would this work as a bronzer. Otherwise, it'd probably be more of a highlight for most people. And in fact, I think this would be a gorgeous highlight if you have kind of more caramel or chocolate skin tone. This would be really pretty as a highlight. So that was my bronzer collection. I hope you guys found it helpful, and I hope you found the swatches helpful. And now for brushes that I like to use. So just in case you're wondering what brushes do I like to use with these, well, my favorite one is my Sedona Lace 602 brush. And I like this especially for my Chanel Bronze Universal, because it's synthetic, it's dense, it can get right in there, it picks up enough product, and it buffs it out really fast and easy and flawlessly. So I do really enjoy that because it can be used on both powder and cream products. So any contour brushes like that I like to use. So these are great for powder. So this is the MAC 168. This is my Essence of Beauty blush brush, angled blush brush. So any that are like that, with that sort of angled shape. This is just an inexpensive brush that I got for like $3 or $4 at Ross. So it's just got that nice angle to it. And then if you have a bronzer that you don't want to pick up too much product on, then you want to look for one that maybe isn't so dense. So that's when I go for like a little, kind of like a lightweight powder brush that has a little bit of movement to it, not quite so dense. So that's my Essence of Beauty powder brush, or something like the MAC 129 where I can just kind of feather it on lightly. And then I do have this one that I just got that my friend sent me. This is Real Techniques by Samantha Chapman, which I love the Pixie Boo sisters. I think they are adorable. So this is a great little contour brush that I would use for, well, contouring. Obviously, like down the nose, I can see right now that it would get around the hairline really well. I haven't got to use this yet, but I'm looking forward to it. So that's another option. So I hope you guys found this helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.